Hi there my fellow gamers, creators and notebook aficionados. We all know Corsair's lineup of peripherals, PC cases and RGB Unicorn Puke case fans. But they also entered the notebook market last year with the Voyager a1600, which I have right here in front of me. With a gorgeous slim form factor, powerful all AMD hardware and a dedicated row of touch-enabled buttons, they are already on a very good track to make this one stand out from the crowd. So let's see if they actually managed to put together a solid gaming notebook on their very first try. Our review sample is equipped with AMD 16900HS and RX 6800M, 32GB of DDR5-4800 memory, a 2TB NVMe SSD and a 16x10 240Hz QHD panel. While this combo sets you back a whopping 3,500 euros, there's a more affordable option available with half the storage and memory and the 6800HS. When it comes to the chassis design and build quality, Corsair absolutely knocked it out of the park with the Voyager. While the integration of the Steam Deck buttons gives the laptop a very significant chin, it looks insanely clean. Everything from the laser-cut speaker grills to the patterns around the exhaust just oozes quality. And this one feels like it's made from a solid block of aluminium. There's absolutely no flags anywhere, and even the display lid is exceptionally sturdy. In terms of maintenance, you have access to the RAM and NVMe slots as well as the Wi-Fi card, which is quite impressive given how slim the chassis is. In terms of ports, the Voyager neither excels nor disappoints. On the left you can find two USB-C 3.2 Gen 2s, the power connector and an audio combo port. On the right, Corsair added another USB-A and an additional USB-C, and this one is actually USB 4. So it should give you theoretically the same functionality as Thunderbolt 4. In addition, you can find a full-size SD card reader on the right that offers only average transfer rates. While this assortment of I/O is quite common amongst thin and light performance notebooks, another USB-A and HDMI would have been very nice to see. That said, Corsair has an ace up its sleeve in this regard, since they integrated their Slipstream wireless tech into the Voyager. So should you be anchored in their peripheral lineup, you can connect your mice, headphones and other accessories directly without the need for a dongle, which definitely comes in very handy and worked flawlessly during our testing. Since the Voyager is a notebook aimed at creators, we had high expectations regarding the integrated webcam. And while it's better than your average gaming laptop camera, there's still a lot of room for improvement. But I guess if you're into streaming, you will use a proper camera anyways. Regarding wireless connections, Corsair's Matte Black Gamer performed very well in 6 GHz networks. In terms of inputs, you will love this thing. Personally, I have to say, this is my favorite keyboard out of the majority of laptops I have tested in the past year. Corsair is using Cherry's MX low profile switches and they just feel and sound amazing. The touchpad also works extremely well and is simply massive. It's really quite something to see a first-gen product doing things almost perfectly while traditional manufacturers are struggling to get things right. Corsair markets the Voyager as a streaming or content creator laptop of sorts. And to further emphasize the appeal for streamers, they integrated 10 touch buttons above the keyboard alongside a small display that can be used to display different functions. The touch buttons are well integrated within Corsair's iQ software, and it is very easy to map all sorts of shortcuts, links or stream commands. We put Corsair's claims to the test and did a quick Call of Duty Warzone stream a few weeks ago. We will link it in the description, and while it was my first time streaming, it was a very enjoyable experience. And the Voyager handled both gameplay and the stream without any problems. But as I said, it was my first time streaming, so I cannot really compare it that well to the competition in this regard. But please let us know if regular streams with new hardware would be something that is interesting to you guys. The Voyager's display is unfortunately where Corsair could have opted for a better panel. While it's very fast with its 240Hz and very solid response times, brightness and color gamut coverage are only average. Whereas contrast is seriously lacking compared to competing devices. Alright guys, let's see if the Voyager a1600 can back up its pretty looks with decent performance. In terms of the CPU, the 16900HS performs on par with the similarly equipped AMD competition, but almost all Intel machines perform a lot better. If this will have a big impact on your work or games really depends on your use case. Still, overall the Voyager was a very snappy system during light everyday use, and even with some heavier loads like editing some of our videos in Resolve 18 or the stream I mentioned earlier. If you want to dive deeper into our system performance tests, or if you are interested in additional CPU benchmarks, please be sure to check out our written review. My colleague Sebastian tested the first ever Corsair laptop thoroughly, so please be sure to give his article a read. While the AMD CPU is falling behind the Team Blue competition, the same cannot be said about the RX 6800M pushing the frames in the Voyager. In our Synthetics performance rating, it can easily outperform Team Green's 3070 Ti, and sits atop most of the 3080 Ti's in similarly thin machines. While this does not directly translate to real-world gaming performance, as is shown by our comparison benchmarks in The Witcher 3 and Far Cry 5, the Voyager still hardly offers any reason to complain when it comes to its gaming performance. In the display's native QHD resolution, the slim gamer is able to get above 60 FPS in most titles, and dropping things down to Full HD turns this one into a solid esports machine. As usual, with thin high-end gaming notebooks, fan noise is a bit of a problem with the Voyager as well. While it is very well behaved in its quiet and balanced profiles, extreme can get quite loud. And to be honest, quite annoying as well, since there is a slight high-pitched undertone that is very hard to ignore. We took some noise samples in different scenarios for you guys, so you can make up your own mind. For our measured dB numbers again, please head over to our written review. Regarding battery life, the Corsair offers average numbers. While some AMD equipped laptops are really good in this regard, the Voyager cannot really set itself apart. But almost 6 hours in our Wi-Fi test is certainly alright for such a powerful notebook. Alright my fellow gamers, let's wrap this up. While the Voyager might seem like your average thin gamer with high temperatures and loud fans, it actually offers quite a bit more than your typical high performance notebook. Build quality is amongst the best you can currently get, and the touchpad and keyboard are a joy to use, and with unique features like the integrated wireless tech for your peripherals and the Stream Deck integration, the Corsair Voyager a1600 offers a lot of fresh air in a very crowded market. That said, you pay quite a premium for those features, so you really have to decide for yourself if those are worth it in the end. I will link updated prices down below. That would be it for today. Please let us know what you think about Corsair's first foray into the laptop market, and if you felt entertained and like what we are doing here, please feel free to subscribe and like the video. Thanks a ton for watching, my name is Alex, you have been fantastic, and I cannot wait to see you all in the next one. Take care.